Chairwoman, what did you think of last night?
I thought it was frightening to see the candidates on the stage lurch further towards socialism, a total reworking of our democracy, demonizing capitalism, demonizing job creators, saying that they're for open borders. So many things that I saw last night, taking away private health care plans from Americans. I don't want to lose my pediatrician for my kids that I've been with for 14 years, 15 years. It's just not right. And so what I saw last night was a Democrat Party that has totally been reshaped in the likes of Bernie Sanders. And we have a Republican Party that can now go to the American people and say, we've created more jobs, wages are up. This is why you need to reelect Donald Trump.
You know, we're here at a small business in Miami, a trucking a small business that's owned by a Hispanic, and you hosted just earlier today a Hispanic small business roundtable. Immigration was a key topic at last night's debate, and likely will be for the second portion as well. That photograph of those Salvadoran, the father and his daughter, their bodies, I mean, it has gripped the attention of the nation. Last night, the Democratic presidential candidates blamed President Trump.
Let me just say, as any mother would, when you see that photograph, it rips your heart out. I mean, it's just heartbreaking, and it's the father and his daughter, and the mother survived, and to have to live through that, it's heartbreaking. I know that the president has been fighting for immigration reform for over 2 years before he even got into office. That's what started his campaign. He said, we have broken borders. We need to fix our laws. And what the Democrats have done is said, you know, we're not going to deal with it. They called it a manufactured crisis in January. They didn't say it was a humanitarian crisis. They said it was a manufactured crisis, and it gave them a license to sit on their hands and not do anything. And that photo brings home, they have got to get work with this president and fix our immigration laws. We need to secure our borders, we need to fix our asylum laws, and we need to make sure that people aren't taking a treacherous journey that puts their lives in danger, puts their kids' lives in danger. And the only way we're going to do that is through comprehensive immigration reform, which the president has been fighting for since day one. It's the Democrats who have chosen to sit on their hands.
You talked today with Cuban Floridians, Cuban-American Floridians, and one of the themes that came up was socialism and communism, as well as immigration reform. What were some of the themes that you're hoping to take to that specific faction of conservative voters and candidly swing voters?
Well, here in Florida, when you have so many people who have come here from Venezuela, from Cuba, who have fled socialism, they are in tune with what the Democrats are putting out. They are very frightened because they know they promise free stuff, they say everything's going to be free, and in the end it's a government takeover, and then it becomes oppression. And we know that many of these people today came here from Cuba and Venezuela because they lost their livelihood and their ability to achieve that dream of success. So I think that that is something that resonates. I want to have more people hear the stories of these fine people and what happened for them, because I think we have to educate our younger voters as to what socialism really means, and that the Democrats are really embracing that.
Joe Biden, the former vice president, he takes the stage tonight. What are you going to be looking for? What do you think? Is he going to have a tougher time drawing fire against Senator Sanders or President Trump?
Well, you know, Joe right now goes wherever the wind blows, right? Where the wind blows, Joe. I mean, everything, every position he's changing, he's moderating himself. He's had a 45-year career in politics. I really don't know what he can take to the American people and say we need to get things done, and then argue as to why he hasn't gotten that done in his decades-long career in government. So it's going to be interesting to see how he tries to embrace different positions and revamp himself for the American people tonight.
Final question for you. The president tweeted that it was boring. You've called it frightening last night. The timestamp on that tweet was when they were talking about immigration. That got a lot of chatter in the political class. Was he saying that the issue of immigration was boring, or was he critiquing the candidates?
Oh, I'm not going to speak for the president. I did think it was a little boring. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think the moderators pushed really hard. They didn't really push back on some of the answers. I hope that we hold these candidates accountable and hold them to their records a little bit more. And I'd love to see MSNBC do that tonight.